Thomas and the Black Dog. Thomas and Alfred shared a small apartment near Blunt's butcher shop where they were students. When Thomas had got back from the library one night, the lights were out and Alfred was asleep. Thomas undressed in the dark and quietly got into bed. It was 11 o'clock at night. It had gotten so chilly, he went downstairs to turn up the heat. On his way back to bed, a black dog ran down the stairs. It passed him and disappeared into the darkness. "Where did you come from?" said Thomas. He'd never seen the dog before. He turned on all the lights and looked in every room. He couldn't find the dog anywhere. He went outside and brought in Harold, but the doll acted as if he were the only man in the house. In the morning, Thomas told Alfred what had happened. "You were dreaming," he said. "I must have been," Thomas said, "but it didn't seem like a dream." The next night, again at 11 o'clock, Thomas was in his bedroom. He heard what sounded like a dog walking around in the room above him. He dashed upstairs and threw open the door. The room was empty. He looked under the bed. He looked in the closet. Nothing. But when he got back to his bedroom, he heard a dog running down the stairs. It was the black dog. He tried to follow it, but again, he couldn't find where it had gone. From then on, every night at 11, Thomas heard the dog walking in the room above him. The room was always empty. But after he left, the dog would come out of hiding, run down the stairs, and disappear. Whenever somebody told him there wasn't any dog to see, he'd say, Maybe you don't see it, but I do, and I'm not any crazier than you are." Then one night, Thomas and Alfred waited for the dog. At the usual time, they heard it above them. Then they heard it on the stairs. When they went out into the hall, it was standing at the foot of the stairs, looking up at them. Alfred whistled, and the dog wagged its tail. Then it was gone. Things went on this way until the night Thomas and Alfred decided to bring Harold into the house again. Maybe this time the doll would find the black dog and drive it away. Just before 11, the two men took Harold up to Thomas' bedroom and left the door open. Then they heard the black dog moving around. Harold pricked up his ears and ran to the door. Suddenly the doll bared his teeth and snarled and backed away. Thomas could not see the black dog or hear it, but he was sure that it had entered his room. Harold barked and snapped. He darted forward nervously, then backed away again. Suddenly the doll yelped. It began bleeding, then dropped to the floor, its neck torn open. A minute later, it was dead. Then everything was still. The next night, the two men came back with a pistol. Again they waited in Thomas' bedroom. At 11 o'clock, the black dog came down the stairs. As before, it looked up at them and wagged its tail. When Alfred started toward it with a pistol, it growled and disappeared. That was the last Thomas saw of the black dog. But it didn't mean that the dog was gone. Now and then, always at 11, he heard it moving around above him. Once he heard it running down the stairs. He never managed to see it again, but he knew that it was there.